Welcome back to the Outer Worlds 2. We have business with a couple of brothers at the top of this hill. So our primary objective is to figure out a way to get to the top of that hill. Our path seems to be going this way. And then we have a couple of options. We have that cave and we have this tunnel. My health isn't great. Much better. Oh, it's Tristan. I was supposed to meet with him.
So you did come. Good. I'm not partial to working with those given to second thoughts. It seems we arrive on a desolate scene. I don't know what transpired, but whatever it was killed the refugees to a person. As an arbiter, I bear a strong stomach. But if you've any reservations about witnessing destruction visited upon the innocent, you'd best steel yourself.
Any idea who did this?
I've some theories on the refugees' killers, but I remain unsatisfied. Although I am not required to do so as an arbiter, I would care to acquire proof.
You don't require evidence?
We operate under the Sovereign's indefatigable will. Thus, we do not need proof. But my training was somewhat unique in that it emphasized the value of thorough investigation. Let us comb the remnants of this charnel house.
Combing. Lots of loot to be had for combing.
What sort of life was this without the Sovereign's guidance?
Some of us manage. Badly damaged automech. This automechanical has been heavily damaged. The barrel of its integrated weapon is warped from heat damage. It seems its target selection system is overwritten. This will be remembered.
These people could have been saved. They simply hadn't deviated from the paradigm.
Seems to be my mission is to observe rather than actually do anything. Radio tower. The wavelength history is relatively uniform, appearing to indicate shortwave transmissions at semi-regular intervals. One frequency, however, does not even remotely match the others sent by this radio tower. Somewhere in the annals of your vast mind, there is a blip of recollection. You know by the wavelength pattern that this transmission was specifically designed to be picked up by automech receptors.
Shame about all this blood. Just polish these boots.
Well, what about this tower? Wrecked transmission tower. You pick your way amidst blackened steel and aluminum, finding nothing but twisted wires and smoldering components, until eventually you find what appears to be a very small Protectorate logo stamped on a less damaged segment of plate. It stands to reason this transmitter was built by the Protectorate and likely reappropriated by the refugees. This may have been reason enough for its destruction. Charging pods? Camp terminal. Automechanical logged for charging. Dragoons, 0 of 3. Wasp zones, 0 of 4. Critical damage alert dispatched from Dragoon 1. Dispatch a maintenance technician. Current supplies, 2 months of food and water rations. Auntie's choice fare. Yuck. Container with basic medical supplies. Need supplements, additional antibiotics. Batteries for automechanical charging. This is enough to live by for now, but it certainly won't sustain us. We must secure aid from an independent third party just to survive, and especially to avoid the baleful eye of the Protectorate. Ideally, what we manage to collect shall be of sufficient informational value to the denizens of Free Market Station. All right, where's Tristan? Oh.
I cannot help but feel a pang for these people, cut down without a hope of defense. We must uncover what transpired here.
Do you really care about finding out what happened?
As an apprentice, I was taught to see investigations through to their completion. Evidence begets evidence and can lead one to uncover further criminal elements. Any further interest is purely academic.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I did find something.
Let's hear it.
Well, I found a high-powered transmitter. Looks heavily damaged.
Seems this base has seen its share of destruction. I maintain that it feels deliberate, judging by the still standing buildings. Was there anything remarkable about it?
The struts bore jagged striations at their bases. It was moved from another location.
Logical. Your deductive skills would be better served in the Protectorate, but that does not reduce their efficacy. Did you have anything else?
I found a terminal entry cataloging the base's automechanical defenses.
Perhaps it might allow us to ascertain the final moments of the camp's machines. See if any final commands were sent before the camp's destruction.
Well, automechs are easily manipulated.
The distinct lack of automechanical corpses around us supports your point. It seems the defenders did not defend.
I took a look at the camp's wireless communication tower.
Oh? I wouldn't expect a localized transmitter to harbor anything of note. Prove me wrong.
Someone tried to hide it, but the most recent signal was an automech override.
I don't believe I would have learned that on my own. Seems I underestimated you. That's exceedingly useful.
There was a destroyed automech deeper in the camp.
That automechanicals would fall in the camp's defense is logical. That there would only be one is not. Did you notice anything interesting about it?
The targeting mechanism was undamaged, but the parameter slot was empty.
Then it was fighting blind. Doesn't seem like something a defensive automech should be doing.
That's all my investigation. Everything I could turn up.
You're certain? You've combed the place to your liking?
Yes, I have.
Then let us debrief and see if we can deduce what transpired here. Have you any theories as to what killed these people?
Definitely an attack of some kind, but I'm not sure what happened.
Although I'm no ballistics expert, the death wounds on the corpses appear to match those inflicted by an automech. Have any theories about the automechs that did this?
Yes, I think they were reprogrammed.
My thoughts exactly. How do you believe they were compromised?
Why does it feel like you're testing me?
I may have a strong theory, but I do not have a definitive answer. Indulge me. How do you think the mechanicals were corrupted?
The shortwave tower.
It seems so simple, and yet it also appears to be the most probable outcome. I agree. The only remaining puzzle piece is why. Why go through all this trouble to eliminate a handful of isolated refugees?
I think it has to do with that stolen relay.
Agreed. I do believe that relay is of Protectorate make, and the refugees most certainly didn't build it themselves. They were likely Protectorate as well. I hypothesize that they used it to listen in on Protectorate communications, then sold what they learned to Sub Rosa.
And the Protectorate wouldn't take kindly to that.
After the Vox relay's recent destruction, High Command would have ordered a security sweep of all communication systems. This outpost's relay would have returned a signal. Upon learning of this camp's existence, they'd have dispatched a sentinel to cross off any would-be traitors. Hence the destruction we bear witness to.
Pretty comprehensive. You arbiters aren't slouches.
I do pride myself on my thoroughness indeed, though not all arbiters feel the need to be equally thorough. Now with that finished, Hold. Some things approach. Be ready. I suspect someone has disapproved of our inquiry. Seems the machines returned, bent on eliminating to arms.
Uh-oh. All right. Where are those guns that are really good at mechs? The big red button, that's the one I want.
Looks like a fight.
Take time, Commander. Get the water, and I'll take care of him.
Electrical damage failing.
Nice job.
That was a hardy engagement. You held your own admirably. These automechs will never be used to perpetrate such heinous acts again.
And we get loot.
I believe we're at the end of our investigation. The prospect of sharing our findings with the broker isn't terribly appealing, but we've little choice. I will locate my wretched Sub Rosa transport and return to Free Market Station. Pleasure fighting beside you. Be sure you return to Free Market Station to debrief with me. Despite our work here, I somehow doubt the broker would grant an audience to me alone.
Understood. So until we go back, he's just staying around wasting time and becoming more and more annoyed with me.
Yeah.
Didn't we have 2 automechs to loot? I could have sworn he was more in this archway. Oh well. Alright. I'm curious. Looks like a speeder of some kind. No apparent significance. Yep. Looks like somebody has something to say. Yep.
Commander, you got a minute to talk? I got some thoughts on this situation with the refugees.
Okay.
The number of folks seeking refuge from the war is, well, it's beyond what I expected. And beyond what the Order is capable of handling, seems like. Andes may not be faring much better here, but we could at least find enough work for these folk to buy some food.
Well, the abbot is not trying to make the refugees earn his help.
You sure? He seems more concerned with the Order's reputation than anything else. It's a tough situation, that's all I'm saying. But if the Order can't even manage tens of folk at their doorstep, they ain't gonna manage much better should they win the war.
I'm sure they'll figure something out.
I'd like to believe that. But frankly, I got some other concerns. I went through this myself when Andy's Choice took over Tau Ceti. It took time to secure the merger, but once they did, we folk got the help we needed real quick. And all they wanted in return was the signing of an employment contract. Now, I ain't seeing any contracts in Matriarch's Mercy. So what is the Order actually gaining by doing this?
Maybe they're just trying to help.
In all my years, I ain't encountered many folk who would extend a hand and expect nothing in return. I mean, I'd not have asked for your help with my graft if I didn't have something to offer in exchange.
But you shouldn't have had to bargain for help. I would have helped you regardless.
Well, maybe I misjudged the Earth Directorate after all. Anyhow, if the Order is in fact helping these folk with no hidden aims, then, well, I'll be the first to admit that there might just be merit in what they're selling. Appreciate you hearing me out.
I guess we'll find out in due time. So it looks like that is our destination. And I would be surprised if it is not heavily guarded. Yep. Like by him, for example. Well, I wouldn't want to sleep there. Nope. Can't climb those.
Take care not to slip. A fall from that height wouldn't be pretty.
No, I don't think it would be. Bullets.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Well, when I've got an enemy in my sights, I'll tell you. Well, there's somebody. I think I'll go find a nice place to reload. Well, I guess I can't eat. Nope.
How are you still upright over there? Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Huh. I don't have a whole lot of bullets for this.
Looks like we're in for a hike.
The hiking I don't mind. It's what's waiting for us after the hike. That was an impressive looking hammer.
Hostile ahead. What's the plate?
Ready to waste it. bad company. Speed of the stretch.
Doing a ton of damage from this distance.
Three to time. Give it. Don't make me ask 50 more times.
I cannot see whoever you're shooting at.
Graph's tingling. All charged up.
For you.
Looks like that did it for those. Scrapper note. If you can read this. If you can't, have someone read it to you. Keep away from the refugee camp near the estates. It's full of automechs that'll kill you and mash you good. Not worth getting killed for a handful of refugees who won't have any Adrena time anyhow. Could wait for them to fall apart, storm in and scrap them, but better to avoid them altogether. We got all of Golden Ridge to plunder. Edward Dunsany. So he's in business with the scrappers. Whether he's also a junkie, too early to tell. Oh. I'm gonna have to change guns.
When even scavengers are falling on hard times, you know the situation's dire.
Malfunctioning Dragoon. The control panel is connected to a charging port for a Dragoon automech, which currently stands immobile, sleeping its mechanical slumber. A number of wires hang freely, disconnected from the main motivation ports. And we're not quite good enough at hacking to fix it. You know, That gun takes an awfully long time between shots. Let's give that a try.
Anyone else? Here, a medic?
Getting up without help, Commander!
Raring to go.
Moving into Bravo.
Oh, good grief.
Have a blast!
What about our old biomass pistol?
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Yeah, we're almost out of ammo for this thing too.
You sure do go through ammo, don't you? Not to worry. We can always craft us more.
Coming for you.
Yep. Oh, that's not very good at all. Oh, chain spark could be useful in this situation. Oops, I'm sorry.
You got my time.
A little woozy there, Commander. You could sell everything here and still not have enough.
Don't make me ask 50 more times.
Almost feel bad for him.
Did we get him? Apparently. Okay, yes. We can't do anything with that. Because we don't have enough skill. Make sure we looted everybody down here. Not a great gun, but it does deal with a lot of people at once.
Vitals looking a mite marginal, Commander.
Must have entered a zone. Oh, a vending machine. And they sell shell. I don't remember what I'm $8.93. Probably well worth it. So can I make some guns? Some bullets? We sure can. So I go back to my original gun. $100 rounds. Yeah, I could use more. Okay. That's as good as we're gonna do here. Nope.
Oh, so these Arcadians do appreciate the finer things. Guess it's only bad when Auntie does it.
I don't know what to say to that. Hi. I have a noisy but reasonably tame dog.
window. Don't like it.
These strangers. Should rip them out, shatter them, transfer them with ourselves.
Yes, yes! Grab an order glass scrawler next outing. They'll display us in the standing before we cut them up.
Okay, I have a feeling.
Nothing in range. Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Short initiative.
Commander, you're bleeding.
Hey!
Dip me in. Help me out.
I don't see him.
Back in business.
No more You guys give me the...
Lay low, Commander. Medic's order.
Ready to waste him. On your command. No. No target.
Don't be afraid.
Help me end this fight on my feet. Back in business.
You ain't worth scrap!
Medical pack, out. I hate to ask for help, but help? Back in business.
Now where are they?
Knew you had my back.
Let me handle this.
Hey, got a distraction for you. You lot couldn't hit the broadside of my freighter.
Here's to the next residents being above felony.
There is a strange sort of humor in the onset of the first war in Arcadia's history, within a few days of my being assigned here. As far from Protectorate society as possible, Golden Ridge suffers under an invading force, and moreover, it appears that our Order colleagues have betrayed us. At first, I lamented my isolation, but I've realized I was where I needed to be of service. The scores of abandoned subjects need a leader. I have enlisted the staff at these estates to help accept the first influx of still loyal Protectorate refugees. More shall come. I shall lead them out of the shadows and into the light. For the good of the Protectorate. This is my calling.
Okay, Vigilant Gish. Logs. Welcome to your electric journal, Vigilant. Select an entry. Well, that's that. Our Vigilant lies dead. In accompanying a scavenging party last week, she stepped from the path and onto a landmine. There was hardly enough of her left to bury. None of us are sure what to do now, least of all myself. I'm the only warden still present and living, but that does not mean I feel ready to lead. The others look to me as our supplies dwindle, and the Protectorate sends no recourse and expects me to have answers. Morton came to me yesterday, said something that should have been blasphemy. Nobody's coming for us. There's no rescue. The Protectorate's left us to die. I wanted to deny it, but I believe it to be true. Some others here agree, or could be made to agree, yet still others do not, and shall not. If we're to start looking after ourselves in earnest, those that disagree shall attempt to stop us, as Protectorate law demands, with force, and we shall have no choice but to respond in kind. May the Matriarch absolve us of the sins we may soon commit. Ex-Warden Edward Dunsany. My predictions were not entirely correct. A group formed from some remnants of the estate staff and some of the refugees thought to use the cover of night to escape the estates, presumably to defect to the Order. We refused to allow this to happen. In the fighting that followed, some were killed, but many more were wounded. Morton and I agreed to keep the survivors here, but to what ends we've yet to decide. Worse, we don't possess the requisite medicine to treat the wounded. All we've managed to acquire is a crate of Auntie's Choice Adrenatime. It would appear to be fairly similar to the Matriarch's own Mercy Oxymorphone, though obviously more crude, and seemingly designed for a specific alternate purpose. But we are desperate, and it will help ease the pain of the wounded. By the Matriarch, what are we doing? Preventing our own from joining our enemies, only to treat them with the enemy's supplements? It's enough to make one weep. Ex-Warden Edward Dunsany. Something is going through the estates. A sickness, or I don't know. We are not ourselves anymore. The banditry has become perpetual. Our earlier pretenses of honor abandoned. Morton personally killed several desperate refugees earlier. And I am terrified to say that I cannot recall what I did or did not do. We wanted their supplies, to see if they possessed the invader's substance, Adrenatime, but they had none. It feels like I cannot think, cannot resist, cannot feel. I write this only to remember that I wrote it, and that there was something before this doomed precipice I find myself irresistibly drawn towards. Ex-Warden Edward Dunsany. Messages. From a concerned friend, subject, visitor. To the new inhabitants of the Guardian Estates, we know the last 3 years have been difficult for you. You have been left to fend for yourselves while all around you, the bloodthirsting invaders and feckless traitors have squabbled over less land than could suitably house a dozen families. The Sovereign has abandoned you, but you needn't entertain this indignity any longer. As this message travels to you, so does a Protectorate Sentinel, and where normally one would raise a hub of banditry to the ground, this one shall arrive to parley. He will arrive in 3 days' time, in daylight. Engage him openly and outline the entirety of your situation with him, including manpower, munitions, and understanding of Order and Auntie's Choice movements in the region. Should you do so satisfactorily, you may hear from us again, and our working relationship shall be most fruitful. A concerned friend. To a concerned friend. Subject, die, 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 die. Terminal, a vigilant gish. You sent a lot of words in your last message. Here's ours. Give us Adrenatime and don't die. Give us Adrenatime and die. Send anybody you want and we'll kill them and take whatever they got, and it better be Adrenatime. Everyone here needs Drina, and we haven't ever got enough. We killed your man, but he didn't have any Drina. Tell us where you're messaging from so we can show you how happy we're not. Ed. Don't do drugs. So what's your deal, little blue dog? You just gonna stay here by yourself? It doesn't seem like a great plan. So we've inspected the cap. We've taken care of those two. We still have Jan Dunsany to take care of. I suppose that will be our next target. Then we need to quickly move on and go see Tristan, because I get the feeling he's not going to be too happy to be left alone there.